Credit card is not bad. Many people say credit card is bad just because they just don't know how to use the credit card. It is better you know and learn how to use credit cards really well. Believe me, you will never be into trap and you will always gain from credit cards. You're not going to lose from credit card. How it works and what are the benefits offered in a credit card and how you should make use of your credit card. Now it is time to understand how to use the credit card.
In today's world, credit card has become a very essential tool in the financial world. I mean, every Indian or even people abroad, everyone is using a credit card. I'm sure even you have one at least. But yeah, are you using your credit card to the fullest? Are you getting all the benefits out of it, or are you using it very cautiously? Even those who are very familiar with credit cards, they use it sometimes very cautiously and they miss out on full benefits sometimes. Now in this video, personal finance expert Mr. C.S. Sudhir will demystify credit cards, guiding us on how to use them wisely to enhance your financial health. He will cover common mistakes to avoid, like for example, paying only the minimum amount due, which can lead to accumulating high interest debt, and the pitfalls of withdrawing cash using a credit card, which often incurs heavy FD fees. By understanding all these aspects, you can transform your credit card from a source of anxiety into a powerful financial ally. So stay tuned as we explore practical tips and strategies to make the most of your credit card, ensuring it serves as a tool for financial empowerment rather than a burden. So watch this video till the end as we explore the practical tips and strategies to make the best out of your credit card, ensuring that it serves as a tool for financial empowerment rather than a burden.
Since you understood various types of credit cards available in India, now it is time to understand how to use the credit card, because credit card is not bad. It is how you use decides whether it is bad or good. Many people say credit card is bad just because they just don't know how to use the credit cards. So now in this video, I'm going to talk to you in detail about how to use credit cards. If you have one or if you wish to avail one in the future, it is better you know and learn how to use credit cards really well. If you really use the credit cards well, believe me, you will never be into trap and you will always gain from credit cards. You're not going to lose from credit cards. If you don't know to use credit cards, then you're going to definitely lose from credit cards. So let's look into it one by one, how it works and what are the benefits offered in a credit card and how you should make use of your credit card. Let's look at it one by one. Number one, you should keep track of your spending. When I say keep track of your spending, many people have this habit of swiping credit card everywhere. They use credit card for every small transactions, but they don't keep a track of it, and then eventually what happens, there are chances that you may end up with having unwanted expenses. You may even have people misusing your credit card. All these things are going to happen if you don't keep track of your spending. Every time you make an expense, I have a simple habit of doing it, right? I have created a WhatsApp group with my wife where every time I use the card, I swipe it. I make it a point to update amount when, just to ensure that there is a reference. Tomorrow when I miss it, in case if I have not received SMS, sometimes what happens, I use it but I don't get the SMS, so I get to miss it. So it's good to have this habit of, simple one WhatsApp group where every time I make a use, I just put the amount and when. Anyway, date, time, everything it is automatically taking. So I don't have to worry about anything else. See, the reason I am doing it this, when I get the statement, I get to reconcile. Because otherwise what happens, when I get the statement, I will not really know. And then it is essential to keep a track of your expenses, because of the fact that if you don't keep a track of your expenses, tomorrow when you get your statements, you will not just know whether you have used your card or there are any fraudulent activities on your card. It so happens that sometimes, when you get your statement, you get to see the statement with 3, 4, 5 entries which are not done by you. Someone might have misused it. Your details might have been compromised on the web. So it is essential that you know how to track your statement and make sure that you keep tracking your spending. Second, pay bills on time. The biggest issue in credit card which people don't know is that they think, okay, I use a credit card. Let's say now my billing cycle is from 1st to 30th and I get the bill generated on 1st of the month. I have to pay on 20th of the following month. Assume you have made a transaction of ₹1,00,000 on 1st of the month. Your bill gets generated next month first, which means 30 days. You have 20 days grace period, which means 20th of the following month you have to pay the bill. But you don't pay the bill. Now on 25th you get to realize, hey, I have to pay the bill, and you pay it. Do you know something? Many people assume, hey, I have not paid, I paid 5 days late, so I have to pay interest on only 5 days. I'm sorry, that's not how it works. If you don't pay your credit card bills by due date, when you pay late, the interest will not be calculated from the due date but from the transaction date or the bill date sometimes. Some cards, they charge you from the transaction date, some charge you from the bill date. Please understand. That's going to be a disaster, man. ₹1,00,000 you will end up with paying 3.5-4% per month. Why do you want to waste your money like this? So make it a point that you pay your credit card bills on time. I'm telling you, it's not wrong to use credit card, but do you really pay your bills on time? That really matters. You get into a credit card trap only when you don't pay your bills on time. You make it a habit. You develop the habit of paying it on time. The third important thing is pay it in full. Many people, receive the credit card statement. They see it, okay, total amount outstanding ₹1,00,000, minimum amount due 5,000. They think, oh, bank is so good. I have used the credit card for ₹1,00,000. I just don't have to pay ₹1,00,000 now. If I pay 5,000, I'm done. Good, I'll pay 5,000. And they think, okay, if I keep paying ₹5,000, it is like paying EMI, and one day my ₹1,00,000 will become zero. Sorry, that's not going to work. This 5,000 minimum amount due which you are paying is the interest and the charges they are levying on this ₹1,00,000. That is not the EMI amount. That's not the installment amount. If you just keep paying your minimum amount due, your credit card outstanding will never become zero. I want to ensure that you just don't pay minimum amount due. If you can't pay your credit card bill in full, then please don't use it. When you pay just minimum amount due, you will end up with getting into a trap, because the amount of interest you pay on credit card when you don't pay it in full is huge. For example, if you have used the credit card for ₹1,00,000, you have received a bill which says that minimum amount due is 5,000. You pay 5,000, on the remaining 95,000, you'll end up with paying almost 3.5-4% plus GST as interest per month. Why do you want to waste your money like this? Please don't do it. That's going to put you into a disaster.
Sorry to interrupt. I hope the first 3 points were quite valuable and helpful for you. Before we move on to the next point, let me remind you that we have a full-fledged dedicated course in detail about credit cards. That's called Course on Credit Card: Secrets to Earn from Your Credit Card. You can watch and learn from this course from the Freedom app. Please make sure to download the Freedom app if you haven't yet. And now let's get back to the video again.
The fourth point is redeem your reward points, frequently. Because many a times what happens, people develop this habit of accumulating reward points for a long time. Please don't do it. I'll tell you why. Assume you have accumulated 10,000 reward points. And once you have used your credit card for, let's say, ₹5,000, and you've got a bill for 5,000, and because you're traveling or you're not well, something has happened to you, and you're not able to pay your credit card bill on time. So now you've delayed it by 3-4 days and you pay it later. Now that you have missed your credit card payment once, bank will completely clear off your reward points, which means it will become zero. Unless it has been moved into payback or some other external reward card or something. Otherwise, if it is managed within, then it's going to be a disaster. You will lose all your reward points. So better you use, because in case if you have accumulated, it's good to even buy whatever stuff you wish to buy with the reward points you have, right? It's good to do that. So keep redeeming your reward points. And the fifth point I want to tell you, as you see on the screen, please check your credit card statement. Many people have this habit of, I receive the bill, I pay it, and they have also enabled auto payment or standing instruction to direct debit the bank account. But the problem is, when the credit card statement is generated, there are chances that there are wrong entries in your statement wherein you might not have done those transactions, but those transactions appear in your bill. So it is important that when you receive your credit card statement, you check your credit card statement for any such wrong entries. It can be any fraudulent activities on your card or some wrong entry because of some bank's negligence, because banks would be processing millions of such entries, and it may so happen that one or two such transactions once in a while, it may happen that it is wrongly entered in your statement and you will end up with paying that. So please be very cautious about it. Whenever you see such things, please call up your bank and dispute it. You can do it always. So make it a point that you read your bank credit card statement whenever you receive it. And the sixth one is, please avoid taking loan or credit card. Many people have developed this habit of looking for loan on credit card. Yes, banks do offer loan on credit card, which means they would either give you that offer by calling you, or they would show it on your mobile banking or internet banking saying there's a pre-approved personal loan of 1 lakh, 2 lakh on your credit card. The problem with this loan is when you avail this loan, you end up with paying a lot of interest. They charge you processing fee, too many things. Why do you want to do it? And more importantly, this loan is being given to you without you asking, which means you don't really need it. When you avail loan when you don't really need it, you spend it on unwanted stuff, which means you're going to increase your expenses on unwanted stuff, and which means you will create a debt for yourself for no reason. Why do you want to do that? Please don't do it. Don't avail these loans, and more importantly, this is costly. This loan is too costly. Don't really take this. Avoid taking it to the extent possible. And seventh one, as you see on screen, avoid having multiple credit cards. One is enough. Two is more. More than two is not required. I've seen people, having a wallet with 7, 8, 10 credit cards just because banks are willing to give you. Why do you want to take it? I've seen people taking 2, 3 credit cards from one bank. Why do you need it, man? One is good. Two is more than sufficient. Not more than that. You should not have more than that. Because if you have too many credit cards, you're going to put yourself into trouble, and you will eventually put yourself into loss. Please don't do it. Having more credit card is not good, because I'll tell you why. What happens. See, the total credit limit you should enjoy should not be more than 3 times of your monthly income, which means if your monthly income is 50,000, your credit limit should not be more than 1,50,000 from 1 or 2 cards put together. If you have, I happened to meet a person, he had taken a credit card, and this guy, he took one credit card, and because he had one credit card, he used that to get 7, 8 credit cards, and he used the money from all these cards, and now he is not able to pay it back. And you won't believe what he did. He used the credit cards money to buy a 7.5 lakh rupee worth plot of land, and his salary is just 22,000 rupee. He had credit card limit worth 7.5. He used it. You kind of took out money from petrol bunks. He transferred. He took money from the ATMs. He loaded money to wallets and transferred to bank account. He did all possible, things, just because he wanted to show off to his newly married wife and her relatives that he has got money to buy a site in Bangalore, and he bought it. But now credit card companies are chasing him, and he has no money to pay it back, and he has changed his house. Otherwise, they'll come and catch him. He has changed his mobile numbers. But eventually his credit score is taken for a toss, and he's worried. Now he is worried, what if they come to his office? Think about it. Please avoid doing all these things. Otherwise, you'll end up with having too many issues. I recommend you not to have more than 2 credit cards whatsoever, not more than 2 cards. 1 is enough, but 2 is great. Okay, not more than that. And the 8th thing is, avoid taking add-on cards. So what happens with add-on cards is like, I have a card, and my wife needs another card. So instead of availing a separate card for her, or if she is not earning, it may be difficult to get a card for her. So what I would do, I will get an add-on card to my card. Now my wife will also be spending, I'll also be spending. Now it's very difficult to track who has spent what. And on top of it, I'll also have disputes. And when there is a credit card with with your wife, it may so happen that she may spend it, just like that, and you will not really know. It is essential that you avoid taking an add-on card, because if you have an add-on card, your expenses will just go up. I don't recommend people using add-on card. It is just going to create more debt for you. I don't recommend doing that. And the last one, 9th important thing when you when it comes to using the credit card you should consider is, please ensure that if you're not using a credit card, please close it. There are people who are not using the credit card for 1 year, 6 months, 2 years, but they still have 2, 3 extra cards. Don't do it. Even if you have one and you have never used it, close it. You don't need it. The reason you need a credit card is you can use it and avail this free car, interest-free credit and all that. But if you're not using it, what is the purpose of having it? Because there are chances that they may charge you annual maintenance charges, and when you don't pay it, they will actually create unwanted ruckus and your credit score will go down, or there are chances that you have an unused credit card and it may get compromised, someone may misuse it, some fraudulent activity may happen in your credit card. Please avoid having it. If you're not using it, close it. So these 9 things, if you can do it. 1, keep tracking your spending, all your expenses, pay your bills on time, pay your bill in full. That's the 3rd one. And the 4th one, redeem your reward points. And the 5th one, check your card statement, read it carefully. And the 6th one, stop avoid taking loan on your credit card. And the 7th one, avoid taking too many credit cards. Please don't have too many credit cards. And the 8th one, avoid taking add-on credit card. It's not useful at all. And the 9th one, if you're not using your credit card, avoid using it. Please close it. I mean, if you are currently not using your credit cards, you close them. It may be your extra cards, or even if you have one and you're not using it, close it. There's no point in having it, because it's like a gun in your wallet. If you keep a gun in your pocket, there is a confidence that okay, if someone comes to kill me, I can actually protect myself. Same time, protecting that gun itself is a bigger job for you, because it's a very risky thing, right? Someone might harm you with your own gun. So similar way, credit card. If you have a credit card, it is a confidence that okay, hey, if there's something, I have money in your wallet. Same time, if you lose a credit card, someone misuses it, fraudulent activity in your card, it will put you into a unwanted trouble. So I want you to ensure that if you're not using the credit card, you don't really need it, which means it's good to close it, right?
Thank you for watching. I hope the video was helpful for you, and henceforth, if you're looking forward to learn more, please make sure to download the Freedom app. Like the video, drop your comments and love, and subscribe if you haven't yet. Share the video as well. See you in the next one. My name is Anupam Anand. Thank you for watching.